Welcome to Your Unapologetic Life, the podcast. I'm your host, Morgan Barkis, women's empowerment coach, speaker, and author. And this show is for the woman who's done crying herself to sleep. You're picking yourself up after the breakup or the divorce, and you're ready to figure out what this next chapter is going to look like. Not the one someone else wants for you, the one that's fully yours. Each episode is here to remind you you're not too late, you're not too much, and you're not alone. This is your comeback era, and I've got you. I am an expert at putting myself first, and I make no apologies for it, because when I don't, everything else falls apart. Now, this isn't selfish. This is being centered. A lot of women feel guilty or don't prioritize themselves because they don't want to be made fun of or teased or questioned. And we're even socialized to overextend ourselves and overgive. And yet you end up depleted. And you know the saying just as well as I do. You can't give from an empty cup. You have to fill your cup if you want to be able to pour into others. Part of the self-care for me that I'm unapologetic about, it's my daily routines. I am a self-care junkie. I don't do spa days or there's just certain things that I don't do. I'm not a meditator. People have asked me, it probably would be good for me. It's not part of my self-care. The reason that I thought about this and I wanted to talk about this on the podcast is because I follow someone on Instagram who was a coworker of mine years ago. And we're acquaintances now. I still follow him on the Instagram and I see his stories all the time. I have never, ever seen someone as sociable as this person. This man, one morning I woke up and I'm thinking, wow, wow, wow. It is not even 9 a.m. and this dude is out playing pickleball? What is happening right now? And he's off. He's in Iceland. He's in Montana at a costume party. He is supporting his buddy running the Chicago Marathon. I mean, he is out nonstop. And I thought, man, I wish I could be more like him. Why can't I be that sociable and just get up and go and do the things with other people all the time? And I thought, because that's not me. And that's okay. I wish I was more like that. And at the same time, I know myself. I am an extroverted introvert. I was going to say introverted extrovert, but I don't think that's what it is. But it could be. I don't know how that goes. You tell me. I am someone that needs a lot of alone time. And yet, I know that my energy gets ramped up when I'm around people. So sometimes if I'm working from home, I go to a coffee shop or I go to a co-working space because I need to be around people just to stay focused and motivated. Even if I'm not interacting with those people one-on-one, I need to be around other people. It gives me energy. And I especially get juiced up if I am at some kind of speaking engagement or I'm running a workshop or teaching something. I really get inspired, focused, energized. There's times I have to do a presentation and I've had people go, I wish I could bottle your enthusiasm, Morgan. So I know I'm extroverted and I still need a lot more alone time. So again, I look at my acquaintance on the Instagram and I just think, wow, I wish I could be like that. And I know myself, I'm not. I'm also a Libra. If you know the zodiac signs, we're the only inanimate object. We are the scales. I need a lot of balance in my life. There you go. So I have a morning routine. For me, it is waking up crazy early. Some people be like, why? Why do you get up that early? And I explain it quite simply. I say, look, most of my day is given away to other people. I am in service of other people, and I enjoy that, and I want to do that. I've always been in some kind of service industry, sales, because I enjoy helping people get what they need and what they want. And in order for me to do that effectively on the front end, I need to take care of me. And most people are like, oh, yeah, that does make sense. Now, do they have the discipline to get up early? Probably not. Some people are rushing around. I also tell people I don't like to rush. I don't like to be feeling behind at all. I don't like that feeling. So for me, my time buffer is plentiful. So I wake up crazy early and I usually get the coffee going. I sit and journal. I'm doing positive affirmations. Then I hit the shower. Then I go work out, sometimes vice versa. Depends on the day. And then when the work day starts, I am ready to rock. Now, where in your life, if you wanted to, now some folks meditate and some tap and some read and some, who knows? I don't know what your self care thing is. My business coach, she does like a 30 to 60-minute meditation and like manifestation exercise. Then she comes downstairs. Her husband has her coffee ready and they spend some time together. It really, you need to figure out what's right for you and what you want when it comes to self care to fill your own cup so that the rest of the day, you're not trying to give from an empty cup, scraping from the bottom, if you will. And like I said, I do this for me because I know I'm not good. I'm not going to be good at my job. I'm not going to be good when I show up to people if I don't take care of myself first. And I do it without apology. I was thinking about, I heard a story about somebody, they stack their PTO like crazy amount. I'm talking like hundreds of days of PTO that they stacked up that they're maybe going to use, or like they're strategizing how or when they're going to use it. And I think, you could die in a car accident tomorrow. Like, I guess I'd never feel bad for taking time for myself if that's what I feel like I need. I have another girlfriend in my life. She actually, I thought this was awesome. She had the ability through her work to take some mental health time. And her job allowed her this leave of absence. It was 6 weeks. And she went to therapy weekly and she took care of herself and she didn't feel bad about it. And then she went back to work. And I thought, that is so awesome. How many women would be okay with that? I mean, if you had that ability, would you take it? If you had that benefit, would you take it? Wow. I thought that was really neat. And it was authentic. She had gone through a loss, she needed the time, and she took it without apology. At the end of the day, or even the end of your life, are you going to be like, wow, really glad I put in those extra hours at work? Or are you glad that you took your mom's phone call and you sat on the phone talking about not much for an hour and you had that time that you can never get back? For me, I find it very, very easy to put myself first. And I encourage you to do the same, because when you really look at like I don't want to say relevance. That's not the word I'm looking for. Magnitude is still not the word I'm looking for. Can you help me out? What is the word I'm looking for? It's just the relevance, the importance, the impact. No, I feel like there are certain things in this life that really matter. I have this other gal I know, and prior to baby, she was more worried about work stuff. She'd be like, "Well, I feel guilty because I didn't do this or that, or I feel like I should do that," or and there. I feel like she made a lot more concessions and apologized for things and worried about things. And I said, I bet you when baby comes along, this won't even matter. Like, you'll be like, this is work. And that laptop at 5 is shutting down because I have this beautiful baby in front of me who I want to spend time with. And sure enough, that is exactly what happened. So you want to set up those boundaries in your life. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. This is about you finding what works for you. It's not spa days and bubble baths. I'm not really into that. Cool if you are. And if you want to do a bubble bath every evening when you get home from work, good on you. Not my jam. You need to find what works for you. It's about the discipline, showing up for yourself like you're someone worth prioritizing. Why? Because you are. Now, let's talk about why this might feel hard for you, because I totally understand. We've been conditioned, especially as women, to believe that everybody comes first, right? Your kids, your partners, your coworkers, your friends, your job. No, 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 no. Choosing yourself makes you more available for everyone else, for everything else. It gives you the energy and the positive attitude, because there are times, I mean, every day isn't ideal, right? So if you're at a work trip, like if I'm at a conference or something like that, and I'm having a great time, I'm out with coworkers, we're going to dinner, I'm staying up way too late. I prioritize my sleep in that instance. I mean, I could get up and do the journal and do the workout and then still be ready and chipper at 8 a.m. to take notes and listen to the next presentation. That's not going to happen. And I give myself that grace. So you want to be flexible and still do what feels good. So for me, it was I'm going to prioritize this sleep, or I'm going to have a hard time for the rest of the day. Where other days it's like, no, no, I need to get up. Even if I'm a little bit tired, I know what I need is some journaling and a workout. I need to listen to a pump up video while I shower and blow dry my hair. So I know, and I want you to figure out what that is for you and be flexible and not feel guilty about your morning routine. If you're feeling like slowing down, taking time for you, say no. I've done that. If I had a gathering I was going to go to, I remember last year there was a friend of mine, and I told her that I was going to meet her, and it was her birthday, and I didn't want to miss it because I know she treasures her birthdays, and I did not feel good about this decision. And I also knew I was up till 2 a.m. the day before and needed to get up for work and this, that, and the other. And I just thought, I cannot go out tonight. I can pretend I'm having a good time, and the entire time I'm there, I'm going to wish I was in bed sleeping. And I told her, I didn't make some excuse. I didn't go on and on and on about it. I said, I'm really tired. And I know if I show up, I'm not going to be my best self. And I wish you the happiest of birthdays. And I don't feel great about missing your birthday. And I'm going to go to bed. And she's like, girl, you do you. Someone else's reaction is none of my business, right? And I'm saying that to you too. Don't worry about disappointing someone. Speak your truth, and someone else's reaction, that is not on you. You are demonstrating what self-respect looks like. You're not disappointing anyone. You are respecting yourself and showing other people. Now that I'm saying this, Brene Brown, awesome. Look her up if you haven't. She's got a wonderful laugh as well. I love to listen to her laugh. She came back from a work trip. She travels a lot. She speaks a lot. She's awesome. She is an author and a speaker, and she speaks on vulnerability, and she is very dedicated to her family, and I think her kids are older now. I think one of her kids, I think it was her son or something, had like a swim competition or something. And she had promised that she was going to be there, and she did make it home in time to go. And then she just didn't have it in her. And she said to her son something along the lines of, I want to go. I support you. And I don't have it in me. I just can't. I need to go to bed. I need to sleep. I'm not my best person right now. And he actually said thank you to her and said, I didn't know. Thank you for giving me permission to speak my truth. I didn't know I could tell people that if I didn't want to do something, I didn't want to do it. And that's okay. So here she was thinking she was going to disappoint her kiddo. And she actually gave him permission to speak his truth and be true to what he needs and what he feels. How cool is that? As you know, one of my favorite other authors and speakers in this world is Glennon Doyle. She wrote the book Untamed, and she's got a quote from that book that says, when a woman finally learns that pleasing the world is impossible, she becomes free to learn how to please herself. When you take care of yourself, you are happier. You present to people happier because you're taking care of yourself. And it's that easy. And this is what I help women do. Learn to listen to themselves again. Prioritize themselves without guilt. Build routines that actually support their happiness. So I ask you, what are you doing right now to listen to yourself and say, what do I want? And I'm going to go do that thing. I'm going to go chase that thing unapologetically because you'll be happier for it. Putting yourself first doesn't make you selfish, darling. It makes you unstoppable. You become grounded, confident, and magnetic. And everyone around you benefits. You benefit, and it's like a ripple effect. Thanks for listening to Your Unapologetic Life. If this podcast felt like a truth bomb, share it with another woman you love. Make sure you're following the show, and please rate and review. It really helps. Want weekly motivation in your inbox? Tap the link in the show notes to join my email list and instantly unlock your post-breakup pump-up video. And if you're thinking, I want Morgan to be my coach, click the Discovery Call link in the show notes and let's talk about how perfect my coaching program could be for you right now.